Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Sport Odds Scoreboard. The Sport Odds Scoreboard is a quick podcast that gives you a recap of all the latest sport odds and results from around the world. We'll start off this episode with a little bit of housekeeping, just to let you know that we will be going to Mondays and Fridays starting next week, and that is to get the AFL odds in. So we'll do the previews on the Friday, and then we'll have all the odds for you on the Monday. On tonight's episode, we've got all the latest from the soccer action that took place over the weekend. We've got all today's NBA odds and results, as well as some tennis action. All right, without mucking around, let's get into the Sport Odds Scoreboard for Monday, the 6th of March.
NBA.
All right, let's jump straight over to the USA for today's NBA action. In the big one, we saw Phoenix 130 defeat Dallas Mavericks 126. Phoenix starting that one $1.74. Line was 1.5, which they covered at the minus. And the total was 233.5, which went over. Indiana Pacers 125 got an upset win over the Chicago Bulls 122. Pacers starting that one $2.80 and Bulls $1.45. The spread was 5.5, which Pacers covered at the plus, and the game total of 226.5 went over. We saw the Lakers113 defeat Golden State Warriors 105. Lakers starting that one rough at $2.70 and Golden State Warriors 1.5. The Lakers covered plus 5.5 and the game total of 234.5 went under. Brooklyn Nets 102 defeated Charlotte Hornets 86. Nets starting that one $1.30, Hornets 360. The Nets covered the minus 8.5 and the game total of 229.5 went under. The Trailblazers 122 defeated Orlando Magic 119. Trailblazers starting that one slight roughies at 225. Orlando $1.69 favourites. Portland covered the plus 2.5 and the game total of 231.5 fell over. Houston Rockets 142 took care of San Antonio Spurs110. Rockets paying $1.54 there. Spurs were $2.65. The Rockets covered the minus 4.5 and the game total of 232.5 went over. OKC 129 defeated the Jazz 119. Thunder starting $1.43 favourites. Jazz $2.90. Game total of, the spread of minus 6.5 was covered by OKC, and the game total of 235.5 went over. We saw the Bucks move along with a 117-111 win over the Wizards. Bucks starting that one $1.43. Wizards were $2.95. Wizards did cover the plus 6.5 narrowly, and the game total of 227.5 went over. The New York Knicks 131 got an upset win over the Celtics 129. Celtics starting that one $1.36 favourites. Knicks with the 330 victory. Also covered the plus 6.5 spread, and the game total of 226.5 went over. We've also got one game in play at the moment with the Clippers 133 leading the Memphis Grizzlies 129. That's at the 12-minute mark of the last quarter. Clippers starting that one at 133 and the Grizzlies were 345.
Soccer.
All right, we'll move over to England now and start off with the English Premier League. Man City 2 defeated Newcastle 0. Man City $1.50. Draw was $4.33 and Newcastle were $6.50. Arsenal got a big late win over Bournemouth 3-2. Arsenal were $1.20 there. Draw was $6.50 and Bournemouth $12. Aston Villa 1 defeated Crystal Palace 0. Villa $2.15. Draw was $3.25 and Palace were $3.50. Brighton scored a big win over West Ham 4-0. Brighton starting that one $1.67 with a draw $4 and West Ham were $5. Chelsea got back on the winners list with a 1-0 win over Leeds. Chelsea starting that one $1.60. Draw was $4 and Leeds was $6. We saw Wolves get an upset win over Tottenham 1-0. Wolves 3.20, draw was 3.30. Tottenham were $2.30. Southampton 1 defeated Leicester 0. Southampton 2.75, draw was 3.30, and Leicester were $2.55. Notts Forest 2 drew with Everton 2. Nottingham Forest $3.10, draw was $3, and Everton were $2.55. And we saw a big win from Liverpool this morning, 7-0 over Manchester United. Liverpool starting that one $2.40. Draw was $3.60, and Man U were $2.80. Moving over to Italy now, we saw Monza 2 defeat Empoli 1. Monza $1.91, draw was $3.60, and Empoli were $4.20. Atalanta 0 drew with Udinese 0. Atalanta starting that one $1.70 favourites. Draw was $4, and Udinese were $5. Fiorentina 2-1 over AC Milan. Fiorentina 2.70. Draw was 3.20, and AC Milan 2.75. Spezia 0 drew with Verona 0. Spezia 2.45. Draw getting up at 3.10, and Verona were also $3.10. In another 0-0 draw, Sampdoria 0 drew with Salernitana 0. Sampdoria 2.15. Draw was 3.30, and Salernitana were $3.60. Inter got a 2-0 win over Lecce. We saw Inter starting that one short price at $1.36. Draw was $4.75, and Lecce were at $9.50. And in this morning's game, Roma got a big win over Juventus. Roma starting that one $2.90. Draw was $2.80, and Juventus were $2.80. We'll finish off back here in Australia, where Friday night Adelaide United 4 defeated Melbourne City 2. Adelaide United starting that one $3.60. A draw was $4, and Melbourne City $1.91. Macarthur defeated Brisbane Roar 3-2. Macarthur starting that one $2.55. Draw was $3.30, and Brisbane Roar were $2.80. Wellington Phoenix 2 defeated Newcastle Jets 1. Phoenix starting that one $1.91, draw $3.80, and Newcastle Jets were $3.80 also. Western United 2 defeated Perth Glory 1. Western United $2.10, draw was $3.60, and Perth Glory $3.30. The Wanderers 2 defeated Central Coast Mariners 0. Wanderers $2.20, draw $3.75, and Mariners $3.10. And in the final game, Sydney FC 1 defeated Melbourne Victory 0. Sydney FC $2.20, draw was $3.40, and Melbourne Victory $3.40. Tennis. We'll finish off with the 4 major finals on both the men's and women's side from over the weekend. We'll start off with a big one over in Dubai, where Danny Medvedev defeated his fellow compatriot Andrei Rublev 2 sets to love. Score there was 6-2, 6-2. Medvedev starting that one $1.22, and Rublev was $4.33. Over to Acapulco, we saw a big win for the Aussie Alex de Minaur defeating Tommy Paul 2 sets to 1. Score there was 3-6, 6-4, 6-1, and Demon starting that one $1.67. Tommy Paul was $2.20. Over to Chile now in the clay in Santiago, where hometown hero Nicolas Jarry defeated Echeverry 2 sets to 1, 6-7, 7-6, 6-2. Market couldn't split them for the final, with both starting at $1.91. Over to the women's side now. This morning we saw Big Donna Vekic get the win over Carolina Garcia. 2 sets to 1 there, 6-4, 3-6, 7-5. Vekic starting that one rough with the bookies at $3, and Caro Garcia was $1.40 favourite. And on the hard courts in America, WTA Austin, we saw Marta Kostyuk defeat Gracheva 6-3, 7-5, 2 sets to love there. Bookies did like Kostyuk at $1.40, and Gracheva was $3. We'll see the tennis move to Indian Wells this week for both big 1,000 events. That's all we got time for on this Monday edition of the Sport Odds Scoreboard. We hope you enjoyed this episode and got some valuable information out of it. We look forward to seeing you again soon, and please don't forget, if you are enjoying this or finding it valuable, please like and share on your favourite socials. Until next Monday, where we'll start off going Monday and Friday. We'll speak to you then. If you are having a punt this week, please do gamble responsibly. And most of all, good luck.